Hello and welcome back to Crypto Schnack, and today I will do an explanation video, and for all those who are new, welcome, and for those who are not, welcome back, and for those who are into Bitcoin already, this might be not so important video, but I would like to explain everyone out there who hasn't had the chance to go into Bitcoin in detail. I will explain you now what Bitcoin is and why you should invest into Bitcoin. And we will just dive into it right away. But before that, if you like my channel, feel free to check it out. And then we will start. And I will do that really simply with you. Just for your information, I'm using the CoinMarketCap, and I will just dive into all the informations written down here. So what is Bitcoin for the beginning? So the question, what about Bitcoin? Let's start and dive in. Bitcoin is a completely decentralized digital cryptocurrency. So the first thing that is new, it is digital, so it's not money that you can take in your hand and pay for it. So this is like the first thing that changed when Bitcoin was invented, because there was no electronic money at that time. Unlike the US dollar that you can hold in your hand or in your bank account, there is no central authority or centralized payment system controlling Bitcoin. This is the next revolution. Doing something electronically can be easily for the government to copy, but in this case it's centralized. So there is not one person controlling it, or there is no institution controlling Bitcoin, and we will dive into that further, how this is happening and how this is working. Bitcoin operates in a peer-to-peer network that allows anyone in the world to send and receive Bitcoin without any middleman, like a bank, central bank, or payment processor. So this is the point. Once I have purchased Bitcoin, I can transfer it from one wallet to another wallet. A wallet is nothing else as a place where I can store my Bitcoin, like a bank account, but it's my own bank account, and I don't have to pay fees to any bank or wait for transaction, because the transaction from one wallet to another wallet happen instantly, and it doesn't matter if it's from Monday to Friday or if it's a Saturday and Sunday. Again, here as well, you have a great advantage, because banks can't transfer you the money on a weekend, and who doesn't know the situation when your friend needs some help and you can't give him the money cash and you want to transfer money. You don't have the chance to do that with the current banking system. If you would like to transfer instantly, you even have to pay fees for that. So again, another advantage. Although there are thousands of cryptocurrencies ranked on CoinMarketCap, Bitcoin was the first one, invented on the 31st of October 2008. Yeah, so the first line reads, a purely peer-to-peer version of electronic cash. So peer-to-peer, you transfer money directly to another person without having a third party inside this transaction. The Bitcoin network then launched on January 3rd, 2009, marking the start of the cryptocurrency revolution. So this is like a basic information, and when we look at the site here, you will always find great informations. You have the current price, you have the estimated return of investment since the beginning of all time Bitcoin. Then you have the market cap, you have 24-hour volume, circulating supply, max supply. So here's the thing. Unlike any money that can be printed anytime from institutions, Bitcoin is not printable. You can't increase the amount of Bitcoin that exist. So this comes with an advantage, because as more people are interested in owning Bitcoin, the less Bitcoin is circulating, because people in the best situation hold the Bitcoin as as a safe haven because they want to do it against the inflation or for retirement, or there can be 100 of reasons. As long as the people understand the power of Bitcoin, because it is limited, as more people are getting interested and invest, the higher the price will go. It is a simple economics. If you just have 10 iPhones that Apple produces, but you have 1 million people interested in, of course the price will skyrocket because Apple just produced a limited amount of iPhones. But they don't do that. They produce more. So the value of the iPhone is not increasing because there are thousands and millions of iPhones, just to give you an example. The same happening with money. It is printed more, it is not limited. So in this case, Bitcoin is unique as you have a limited amount. So once you understand that and you believe, and this is the core thing, and why you should invest into Bitcoin. I'm not a financial advisor, but my personal opinion is if you understand the power of Bitcoin in the long term, we are not talking about a day when Bitcoin loses 10% and the other day pumping by 2-3%. This is nothing. If you believe, and you're in your 20s, or even if you're in your 30s, that Bitcoin's interest, like people interested in Bitcoin, will increase, then you should invest right now and you just hold the Bitcoins you have and you watch in 10 years where your price and value is. I guarantee you, you will be better as the S&P 500, the Dow Jones, or any kind of index fund. Because it is different, it is limited. So we have an all-time high at $20,089, which happened on December 17th. So how does Bitcoin work? Bitcoin is purely decentralized, as we talked about. Before the digital age, everyone transacted in physical forms of currencies, as I mentioned. So Bitcoin revolutionized digital money by decentralizing these accounting processes instead of a central figure that is responsible for making sure their users' transactions we are always adding up. Bitcoin works by sharing the account balances and transactions of every user across the globe. This sounds weird, but it's actually happening. Every single transaction can be tracked down, but the point is you have your key, you have your passwords, so no one can hack it. It has happened in the past, but the transaction when a big account is moving a lot of Bitcoin, everyone is talking about it. You can see the number of the wallet. You can't hack it, but you see the transactions, and this is what they mean. Everyone can see it. As a Bitcoin user, all you need to know to send Bitcoin to someone else is their Bitcoin address. That's the one I'm talking about right now. So, which I mentioned, a series of letters and numbers, not their name or any personal information. That's what I meant. By sending your Bitcoin to an address, what you are doing is broadcasting your transaction. So now it's getting interesting. So for example, hey, I'm Alice sending 1 Bitcoin to Bob. Across the Bitcoin network using blockchain technology, more about that below. Since the Bitcoin network has the most up-to-date ledger tracking Alice wallet balance, the system checks her wallet balance. So your wallet is checked. So Alice has 2 Bitcoin in her wallet, so a transaction of 1 Bitcoin to Bob is valid and then completes the transaction. In summary, Bitcoin works by ensuring that this shared ledger always tallies up. So you want to send 1 Bitcoin, it is checked that your address has 1 Bitcoin because the value of a wallet can be tracked down. And once it is confirmed that you can send this 1 Bitcoin, it will be transferred. So now it comes in the Bitcoin mining. So the Bitcoin mining, to explain it pretty simple, are computers helping to make the transaction work. And as it is decentralized, there are thousands of people mining Bitcoin. Why do they mine Bitcoin? Because for every single successful transaction they do, or a certain amount of transaction they do, they are rewarded with Bitcoin. So when Alice is sending 1 Bitcoin to Bob, the Bitcoin is sent over the blockchain, and this is via the transaction, via the computers. So these computers help to make the transaction. The good part about it is there is a certain code, and the computers will find the code out, and then if you are fast, if you have a great computer, if you have great graphic cards, you are able to get the bonus that you made the transaction for Alice, and you get a reward. So this makes it so hard to forbid Bitcoin, because you can't forbid it, because there are thousands and thousands of different computers helping to make the transaction. So even if the United States or China would forbid like a big mining farm that is helping to make transactions, people could still do transactions over other computers, because it's not possible to find all the computers at the same time. The only thing how you could stop Bitcoin is shutting down the entire internet. That would be pretty much one of the ways to do it, but this won't happen. Nevertheless, this is how the mining works. So every person mining can get rewards. So what is the halving? We just had the halving. So there is a certain amount, there's a certain amount of Bitcoins that is always rewarded. And this amount always gets reduced by half every 4 years. And through that, the amount of new Bitcoins getting into the system is decreasing. So if the interest is increasing and the amount of Bitcoin getting mined is getting less, there is less new Bitcoins coming, and the price is skyrocketing. We will just go into that in a moment. All Bitcoins will be mined by the end of 2140. So we that sit in front of the computer right now, we will never see that happening. And at the end, when all Bitcoins are mined, the miners will get money through transaction fees and not anymore through Bitcoin. But you see, we have mined already 18,489,000 Bitcoin. So this is regarding the Bitcoin, and now I will show you what happened with the price. So always when the mining was happening, not the mining, the halving was happening, and the price and the mined Bitcoin was reduced and the interest was getting bigger, we could see big movements. You see this here. We have had this in 2016. You see how the price stabilized, went up, and we went way back up here to the 20K. Then we had the 16, so we had the same in 2012. We were down here, and then we moved all the way up. And we had it in the beginning here. Actually, this was the first halving, the second halving, and now the third halving. And the last two halvings have brought so much gains that a lot of people project more gains to come. And here's the thing about the gains. If we check this stock to flow model, you see it is just mathematics. You have less Bitcoin in supply right now because more people own Bitcoin, and less mining rewards, and the price is always in the long term increasing. And especially right now, where everyone is talking about Bitcoin, especially more newspapers, more news channels, the interest is getting higher and higher, and big institutional companies invest into Bitcoin. So the stock to flow model says that the price will reach at a certain point 100,000 K. And if you are investing for 10 years, as I mentioned, you could even see after the last halving a price of 1.2 million and even more. So just imagine if you invested with 10K or 500K right now into Bitcoin. And we can do the math pretty easily. If you invested $1,000 into Bitcoin, if you reach 100K, this would be times 10, right? So you made 10K. But if you imagine you wait for, let's say, 8 years and you say the price will be at 1 million, then it's not just increasing by 10 times, it is increasing 100 times. And then you would have $1,000, I do it like an idiot right now, times 100, it's 100,000. So if I'm telling you this, you actually would need $10,000 and you could retire in 10 years. Just saying, if the price develops the way it's developing right now. But you could retire in 10 years if you invested today $10,000. And I'm not telling you that you should invest right now $10,000. Of course, you could wait and you could invest $1,000. Even if you would do it by time, you are able to reach this level. So we are talking about 10 years. If you're 25, you would be 35. If we go to another 5 years and you're 40, you could still retire with it, being 40. So you see there's a lot of potential in the future. So what we have right now here is another chart that I like to show you. So this is another way to see the certain price action we have seen in the past years. It's the trading platform capital.com that I'm using right now. And you see that we had this price movement down here in 2017, and then we had this massive move. This is currently the weekly chart, and you see that we have been in a certain downtrend for a long time. And the reason why the people are so hyped right now, if I go into the a bit closer for you, the reason why the people are so hyped is because this downtrend that we were working in for so long, we broke through it, and hopefully we found support here right now, as it looks like, and we will go further up. And a price of 20,000 K is pretty likely and can be pretty likely pretty soon. And as well, the 100K, if we go up here, this would be a price up here. Of course, we see this movement being pretty small in if you see this in relation that we have to go this way up. Nevertheless, it is possible, it could be happening. And you see, if you see this charts here, this is like the beginning of the dot-com bubble. I mean, this here is just the beginning, and we see how the price will evolve over time. And I will show you this chart here from the S&P 500. We had nothing going on, a big price bubble. We crashed, we went over again, crashed again for the financial crisis. And just look at this here. I mean, the coronavirus dump is nothing. I mean, we are back in almost all-time highs. And if you look at the chart we have here, this is the coronavirus dump. I mean, we are back up already. We are over that price, and I am seeing major gains coming, as, and this is the key, guys, for understanding Bitcoin, that Bitcoin is limited, guys. It is limited. And for example, we had 256,000 transactions today. There can be so many more. It is just the beginning. And we had a return of 3.8%. I'm just going to update that right now. 3.5% today, and you see that we are sitting at 10,700 around about. So it is a great opportunity for you guys to invest, and if you want to invest long term, it is the best way to do it. This is my personal opinion. I'm not a financial advisor. And if you like my video, if you like the explanation I have just talked about, please feel free to subscribe to my channel so you're getting more updates on my almost daily videos. I wish you all a wonderful day. Take care, guys, and hope to see you again here on the channel.